Well, the Democratic Party, in my view, has been taken over by the political left. The candidate, the 2016 candidate of the Democratic Party would have been Bernie Sanders if Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Donna Brazile hadn't fixed the primaries. Bernie Sanders is the face of the Democratic Party. That's where the troops are. That's where, I mean, Chuck Schumer is much more intelligent than he's coming across these days, and that's because he's looking over his left shoulder at the Bernie Sanders forces. And who is Bernie Sanders? He's a lifelong communist. He chose to have his honeymoon in Moscow at the height of the Soviet Empire, for crying out tears. All he's done all his life is support communist causes. And he says Denmark is his model. No, it isn't. It's Cuba. It was Russia during the height of the Cold War. That's who Bernie Sanders is. All he can say is tax the rich, give everything away free. Of course, nothing is free, not in this life. Tax the. I'm on his, I'm follow his Twitter feed. And that's all he ever says, over and over again. So Bernie Sanders is the heart and soul right now of the Democratic Party. And they have two Sandersites, although one of them actually supported Hillary. I think Perez did. Lunatic leftists, Keith Ellison, candidate of the Muslim Brotherhood, for crying out tears. As an adult, that is until he was like 30, he was a raving anti-Semitic, anti-white racist, anti-American agent for Louis Farrakhan, the biggest racist in the country. That's who Keith Ellison, those are the two heads of the Democratic Party today, which I think is tragic for the country, absolutely tragic. I am waiting for Democrats to wake up and reject them. Why do progressives, that's, every term, the left is brilliant at politics. And everybody who's a conservative in this room should copy them. Don't become like them, but watch what they do. So all the words, liberal, we hated liberals. I was part of the anti-war movement, the New Left, all of them are now in the Democratic Party. We hated liberals because they were liberal. Progressive. There's nothing progressive about having politics and a program which hasn't had a new idea since 1848. It's socialism. What is the Democratic Party about today? It's redistribution. Obamacare, it's not about health care, it's about insurance. And it's about redistribution of income, and that's why it doesn't work. It was to snooker young people who are struggling but are healthy into financing older people like us who are not healthy and have money. I mean, it's ridiculous. But anyway, that's what the Democratic Party does. But why do they do this? It's because progressives believe that over the rainbow, there's this wonderful future where there's no racism, no sexism, no homophobia, no Islamophobia, no war, no poverty. It used to be called communism, and it was socialism. Now it's called social justice. My mission was to warn other people. And that's how I know that Barack Obama is a communist.
Huh? What?